Also, like to welcome any press that may be in the hall here tonight, as well as those joining us on our website or over social media. We have one seat vacant here tonight. Hunter Thrift is out on an excused absence. He's at the CIS conference in Wilmington, so he is excused from the meeting here this evening. Mr. Deputy City Manager, Mr. Eddie Bowling, do we have any additions or deletions this evening to our agenda?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I do have one request for an addition under recognitions and presentations. It would become item 4C for Operation Greenlight for Veterans, recognizing veterans from November 1st to November 12th, and then renumbering so that special presentation by Mayor York will become item D for consideration.
Okay, thank you very much for that. Now, what's the pleasure of council with regard to the agenda?
Mr. Mayor, I'll make a motion that we approve the agenda as amended by our Deputy City Manager.
Thanks. Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? You may record your vote. Okay, the vote is 6-0 unanimous, so the agenda has been approved. Next item on our agenda is our public forum. We have 3 that have signed up tonight. This will be a 2-minute time limit on the subject of the speaker's choice. When you come to the podium, please state your name for the clerk, please. And first will be Sean Gardner. Yes, sir. Come to the podium, please.
Sean Gardner. I want to speak about the speed limit in the area in which I stay, Colonial Village. It is a lot of speeding. My daughter, she's in the process of graduating from Trinity High School, and she's learning how to drive. And there's trucks that's parked on Sunset, and also I forgot the name of the street, but it's blocking the view of drivers, and it's very concerning due to the fact that we can't see, and we have to peek out very slowly to make left and right turns. And there's a lot of speeding also in the night and also in the day. It's a very concern that I have, but that is my concern. That's for my 2 minutes.
Okay, thank you very much. The next speaker will be Jonathan Stevens, traffic issues.
I'm Jonathan Stevens. So I'm from the same community as Sean. I live in Colonial Village, and the intersection he's referring to is where East Sunrise meets Montana Drive. There are many speeders, and I would dare to say drag racers. Severely exceeding the speed limit at a dangerous rate. And I've suffered firsthand at that. I live at 6954 Texas Boulevard on the very edge of the community. And a gentleman was driving too fast and blew through an intersection and didn't see a driver in the perpendicular roadway. And in order to avoid the collision, he actually smashed through our neighborhood sign and into my yard. And God forbid if my wife or my dogs were outside, my wife had her noise canceling headphones in and she was struck by that vehicle and killed. So not to mention several drivers have died in the area due to traffic related crashes. So I agree with Sean. We really need to revise that area, but even more so, I would say just look at closer to County Line Road as well, and note how dangerous it really is there, considering all of the accidents and deaths that have happened. So I concede my time. Thank you.
Okay.
I did go to Westland. Yeah, we went to high school together. Yeah.
I know that person.
Yeah. Good to see you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. The next speaker is Joe Gray, Stop Signs.
Joe Gray. Hello, council, Mr. Mayor, back again concerning the same area that I've kind of been up here 3 times before about. I have here with me signed petitions from a number of our homeowners in the community that have the same concern when it comes to Sunrise. There are 2 very bad areas on Sunrise that present a serious danger to everyone coming up or down Sunrise, particularly on Montana and Sunrise, where a new homeowner in a corner put up a fence, and now if you're taking a left turn or right turn coming out of Montana, it creates a blind spot, not just because of the fence, but we also have a homeowner who parks 2 vehicles very close to where you're trying to make that left turn. So it really is, you can really not see coming around that corner, who's coming around that corner as you pull out. I have petitioned and asked again for, we've talked about having the speed monitor put out there, and according to the data reports, it came back and said like 1% was only speeding. We're now asking, the entire community is asking, that we get an always stop placed at Montana and Sunrise. Even that 1% will now have to stop and slow down some of the speed that is going through Montana. I have personally witnessed some of the board members here drive down Sunrise, and it may seem like they're not speeding because you're standing still, but it is still presenting a danger. Whether they're speeding or not, it presents a danger. So again, we are asking for a always stop at the corners of Montana and Sunrise, inclusive of a no parking from here to corner to prevent any vehicles being parked in that blind spot area from county line to Montana,
Okay.
as well as from Montana to Unity.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
And if you would like to give your petitions to the clerk,
Thank you.
we can have those. And
Thank you.
and this will be something that we could refer to our Public Safety Committee,
Thank you.
because all 3 speakers were roughly the same area.
Right.
So I know we've taken a look at that before, but we'll probably take another look at it now. Montana, now Montana's in Trinity, isn't it? It's to the right off Sunrise, isn't it? So that's out of our, that street is out of our jurisdiction, but that intersection, that's our street there, yes.
And my understanding is
So-
our home address is St. Thomasville,
Right.
although we're on the Trinity side.
Yeah, your address is Thomasville, yeah,
But our address is St. Thomasville.
yeah, but you're not in the, you're on the right,
We're on the right.
but the left is inside, but you're outside the city of Thomasville, but you have a Thomasville address,
We have a Thomasville address, and we were
yes,
told that we're
yeah,
actually
I
able to
realize
vote
that,
also.
yeah.
In our area.
But that is a city street, Sunrise is that part, so we would have jurisdiction over that part, I assume, even if it's in another county, I'm not sure of that. But as far as the fence goes,
Any of the
yeah,
parking and or fence would be a City of Trinity.
yeah, that
Would be a City of Trinity issue.
right, okay, thank you,
The intersection itself is our management.
all right.
Mr.
Thank-
Mayor, I know we typically have folks talk to us and we don't talk back. But I do have a question, Mr. Gray. I know several years ago, we had some situations in that neighborhood and something similar had a lot to do with trucks parking. And do you still have a homeowners association? Because I think some of the things you're talking about are in violation of your homeowners rules, if you still have that association.
I'm actually the president of the
Okay.
Homeowners Association.
Okay.
And
Have you
we are
cons-
not allowed to park along Sunrise.
Okay.
Although there's no signage. But the Homeowners Association, it cannot enforce the streets. That's, of course, city property. We can enforce, homeowners in their properties, but not city streets.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. We're now down to recognitions and presentations. Our first proclamation will be for Domestic Violence Awareness Month, which is in October, and this will be Mayor Pro Tem Lisa Shell.
Proclamation Domestic Violence Awareness Month, October 2025. Whereas domestic violence is a serious issue that affects individuals and families in every community, regardless of age, gender, race, religion, economic status, or background. And whereas the physical, emotional, and psychological scars of domestic violence have a profound impact on survivors, their children, and the broader community. And whereas the City of Thomasville recognizes the importance of supporting survivors, holding offenders accountable, and working collaboratively to prevent domestic violence through education, advocacy, and community engagement. And whereas local organizations, law enforcement, healthcare providers, and dedicated individuals in the Thomasville are committed to provide critical services, raise awareness, and promote safety and healthy relationships. And whereas Domestic Violence Awareness Month provides an opportunity to honor survivors, remember those lost to domestic violence, and recommit to ending abuse in all its forms. Now therefore, Raleigh York Jr., Mayor of the City of Thomasville, North Carolina, hereby proclaims the month of October 2025 as Domestic Violence Awareness Month in the City of Thomasville, and he urges all residents to speak out against domestic violence, support survivors, and work together to build a safer and more compassionate community for all. Signed, Raleigh York Jr., Mayor, City of Thomasville, on this 18th day of October 2025.
Okay, thank you very much for that. Our next proclamation is Cyber Security Awareness Month, which is October. And we welcome back tonight our council member, Doug Hunt. He's been absent with some medical issues for a little while.
Glad to be
Welcome
back.
And he will read this proclamation for us this evening.
All right, this is a proclamation for Cybersecurity Awareness Month of October 2025. Whereas Thomasville recognizes the critical importance of cybersecurity in safeguarding the personal information, financial assets, and essential services relied upon by residents, businesses, and public institutions. And whereas the digital technology is foundational to modern life, supporting everything from public safety and healthcare to education, utilities, and local government operations. Unfortunately, cyber threats continue to rise in frequency and sophistication, posing serious risks to individuals and organizations alike. And artificial intelligence has introduced new dimensions to cyber threats, increasing the complexity and scale of the social engineering attacks. And whereas Thomasville is firmly committed to securing its own infrastructure, protecting the data entrusted to us by our residents, and ensuring the continuity of critical public services, we strive to stay current with cybersecurity best practices, reduce risk, and prevent service interruptions while maintaining the safety and trust of our community. And whereas, while Thomasville does not manage or secure private or external systems, we are dedicated to promoting cybersecurity awareness across our region and providing ongoing education to both employees and the public, and proactive measures such as enabling multi-factor authentication, using strong and unique passwords, regularly updating software, and verifying sources and communications can significantly reduce the likelihood of impact of cyber incidents. And national campaigns such as Stop, Think, Connect, and See Yourself in Cyber help to educate the public and promote a safer, more secure digital world for everyone. Now, therefore, be it resolved that Mayor Raleigh York Jr. hereby proclaims the month of October 2025 as Cybersecurity Awareness Month in Thomasville, North Carolina, and calls upon all residents, businesses, institutions, and government agencies to observe this month by taking action to protect their digital presence, remain vigilant against evolving cyber threats, and support collective efforts to build a safer, more resilient cyber environment for all. Adopted this 20th day of October 2025, signed Raleigh York Jr., Mayor, City of Thomasville, North Carolina.
Thank you very much, Councilmember Hunt. Our next proclamation will be Project Green Light. This will be by Councilmember Neil Grimes.
Thank you, Mayor. Put on one of my veteran-related hats. Resolution in support of Operation Green Light for Veterans, November 1st through the 12th, 2025. Whereas the representatives of the city of wait a minute. Here we go. Resolution in support of Operation Green Light for Veterans, November 1st through the 12th, 2025. Whereas the representatives of the city of Thomasville, North Carolina, hold a deep respect and admiration for the men and women who have selflessly served our country in the United States Armed Forces, and we honor and celebrate the service and sacrifice of the hundreds of thousands of brave Americans who have worn the uniform in defense of our nation. And whereas the transition from military to civilian life can be challenging for many veterans, particularly those who have served in recent conflicts, and far too many continue to struggle with physical, emotional, and mental health challenges. Since 2001, over 30,000 veterans have tragically lost their lives to suicide, more than 4 times the number of U.S. military personnel who died in combat in Iraq and Afghanistan. And whereas Operation Green Light for Veterans is a national initiative to raise awareness of the challenges faced by veterans and to highlight the resources available to the country, state, federal levels to support them and their families. And whereas Thomasville, in partnership with the local governments and community organizations, is participating in Operation Green Light by illuminating some of our buildings and monuments in green from November the 1st through November the 12th. And we encourage residents and businesses to do the same. By shining a green light, we send a clear message to our veterans that they are seen, appreciated, and supported by their community. And whereas the Davidson County Veterans Service Agency proudly serves approximately 9,000 veterans, connecting them to vital benefits, employment assistance, healthcare services, and peer support. Now, therefore, be it resolved that Raleigh York Jr., Mayor of the City of Thomasville, NC, hereby proclaims the city's support for Operation Green Light for Veterans and encourages all residents, businesses, and community partners to participate by displaying a green light from November the 1st through November the 12th as a symbol of our unwavering gratitude and support for those who have served. Be it further resolved that the City of Thomasville remains committed to honoring our veterans not only on Veterans Day, but throughout the year by ensuring they have access to the services and support they have rightfully earned. Adopted this 20th day of October 2025, Raleigh York Jr., Mayor, City of Thomasville. I'd like to add a little bit to all of this. Y'all have heard me mention the various service birthdays. This month, since our last meeting, September the 17th was the 78th birthday of the Air Force, started in 1947. October the 13th, the 250th birthday of the U.S. Navy, and my fellow yeoman, seaman, Swabby, bosun mate over there, a Navy veteran. And coming up, November the 10th, is the 250th birthday of the United States Marines, started also in 1775. November the 11th, very important holiday for us, Veterans Day. Earlier this year, June the 14th, the U.S. Army was 250 years old, having been created in 1775, and that also is the day of Flag Day. And then the last Monday in May, May 26, 2025, is Memorial Day, a holiday that we celebrate very aggressively in Thomasville. So thank you, veterans. Thank the mayor, who is an Army veteran. I'm an old Army guy. Thank you if you are, And
Have any other veterans in the audience?
thank a veteran if you're not, because that's why we are here tonight. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you very much for that, too. Okay. We're now down to item D, special presentation. I'm going to introduce this from the desk this evening, because I got some things I want to say, and I want to be sure that I'm heard, hopefully on the video or whatever. This recognition is for Hannah Welburn Lewis. She is Miss Thomasville 2025. Hannah has been accepted into the Sustainability Graduate Program at UNC Greensboro, where she's earning her certificate in conservation. She has been the most active Miss Thomasville that we have ever had since I've been mayor, and actively participating in the pageants and so forth. Recently, back in June, she was the first runner-up to the 87th Miss North Carolina pageant. At that pageant, she won a social media award, a talent award, and also she received the Julie Caudle Fields Public Service Award. This young lady is all about public service, I'm going to tell you. She has educated 700 students in our local schools, in Thomasville Primary School and with Thomasville Parks and Recreation programs. She's made 66 community appearances in this last year. Folks, that's a lot of appearances here in Thomasville from one of our queens. We've never seen anything like this, and we're so appreciative to her for that. And that's the reason that we're recognizing her tonight, because she is going to enter another pageant in our, go for another crown in our pageant in November here. So we decided to do this tonight. There's many other things that she's done. And one important thing that all of you can get involved in are the local litter sweeps. We have one a month, second Saturday in the month. She's been faithful to be here, and she's done other cleanups around here as well, not just during those times. So I'm going to ask Hannah if she'll join me down front. Good to see you again.
It's good to see
Yeah.
you.
We've had a good relationship, Hannah and I have, at some different events and all. She's such a delightful person. You all need to get to know her really well, and some of us have. We have a special thing that we do here in Thomasville for special people that really go above and beyond the call of duty. Several of our employees we honored with this particular thing. And I saw fit tonight or this evening to honor Hannah with one of our City of Thomasville challenge coins. And you're one of several people that have gotten this, but few outside of our city people that have gotten it. So I want you to have that from the City of Thomasville.
Thank you.
And wish you well in the next pageant, but usually I do a presentation at that pageant.
Yes, sir.
For the outgoing queen, but since you won't be necessarily an outgoing queen then,
Yes, sir.
I want to do it tonight. So
Thank you.
I have a gift here
Thank you.
from the City of Thomasville, and so I'll let you
Avis.
have that.
Thank you,
And
sir.
so, thank you.
Thank you.
And let's- Thank you very much.
You'll join me at the next cleanup, right?
Hmm?
You're gonna join me at the next cleanup?
Yeah.
Okay, all everybody here. We'll see you at the next cleanup. Thank you, sir.
Okay.
I appreciate
Thank you
it.
very much.
Thank you.
Okay, we're now down to our consent agenda, so I'm going to recognize Mayor Pro Tem. Let me back up a minute. I'm going to recognize our city manager, Michael Brandt. Yeah,
Thank you, Mayor.
too many titles.
There may be a little bit of confusion going on because we have role reversed this month. And once a year, I have my deputy take over and run through the meeting events, and that was this month. And so we traded places essentially. I'm doing the consent agenda, he'll be doing the regular agenda. He's still lucked out because there's less on the regular agenda than there is on the consent agenda, so. But he does still have to run the voting. Your consent agenda this evening consists of the following items. Item A is consideration of minutes for the briefing meeting that was held on September 8th, 2025. Item B is consideration of minutes of the council meeting on September 15th, 2025. Item C is consideration of a budget amendment that appropriates $50,000 from the Recreation Reserve, which will relieve a reserve balance of $308,791 as the city's local match requirement for the Great Trail State Program grant from the North Carolina Division of Parks and Recreation. The designing, $55,000 is appropriated to reflect the cost of the 2-year capital lease agreement for the Flock AI license plate recognition cameras and the associated software from the police department. This annual cost of $26,200 was included in the annual budget, but the amendment is needed to meet the compliance requirements of GASB 87, which has to do with accounting and reporting of lease agreements. $2,415 is appropriated in the police department from the sale of recyclable materials, which were basically brass shell casings, in the police department for for ammunition and range supplies. Additionally, $2,146 from the sale of plants at Everybody's Day is appropriated into the beautification fund. Item D is consideration of a social media policy. This is an updated policy based on the UNC School of Government recommendations for social media rules and regulations for the use of social media platforms run by the city of Thomasville. It allows city staff to hide comments that are considered profane or obscene, not relevant to the city or post, and promoting promote illegal activities and content that includes copyright infringement. Item E is consideration of a T-Mobile lease agreement. This is an extension of a lease for 2 5-year terms for the rental of space on the Turner Street water tower at the same terms as the current lease. That is your consent agenda this evening.
Okay, thank you very much. I defer to council for action on the consent agenda.
Mr. Mayor, I make a motion that we approve the consent agenda as presented by City Manager.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion second. Any discussion? Okay, you may record your vote. And we have 6 in the affirmative, so that has been approved. We're now down to our regular agenda. First item is consideration of grant project ordinance, Great Trails State Program, GTSP grant project. Now, Deputy City Manager, Mr. Eddie Bowling.
Thank you again, Mr. Mayor. The grant project ordinance before you tonight is for the Great Trails State Program. Grant project is just the same amount of money that was just appropriated in our budget amendment. And so what you're obligating to be able to expend is restricted state grant funds in the amount of $100,000, as well as the recreational reserve contribution of $50,000, totaling $150,000. That'll allow the Recreation Division to expend those funds for contracted services for engineering. The engineering services will take place along Memorial Park Drive from Unity Street all the way back to Main Street. And so that's the grant project ordinance before you this evening for consideration.
Okay, thank you very much. What's the pleasure of council with regard to this item?
Go for it, Peggy.
I'll make a motion that we approve this grant project ordinance.
Is there a second?
Second.
Now, any discussion?
I'm very excited. That's not more of a comment, but it's going to be really great to see this happen.
Okay, you may vote. And we have 6-0, so that has been approved. We're now down to committee reports and assignments, and we'll start this evening with Mayor Pro Tem Lisa Shell.
Mr. Mayor, I have submitted a copy of my activities report to Ms. Martin. I want to say thank you to all of our veterans. And please get involved with the green light in November. It'll mean a lot to these veterans. And I'll let that stand as my report.
Thank you. Councilmember Doug Hunt.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. First, I'd like to say thank you to everybody that sent cards and well wishes and prayers when I was going through the medical problem that I had this past couple of months. I really appreciate it, and it was very kind to most of the folks that sent their well wishes towards me. I have submitted a copy of my activities to the clerk, and I'll let that stand as my report.
Thank you. Councilmember Scott Stires.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. The clerk does have a copy of my activities, and in keeping with the season, and I mean silly season, whoever it is that turned my campaign sign on Salem Street upside down, grow up. You're on camera. Thank you.
Councilmember Neil Grimes.
See what I'm missing? The clerk has a copy of my activities. I'd like to highlight one really cool thing that several of us did last month. Thursday, September the 25th. Oh, geez.
Start charging you.
Yeah, I know it. I don't have to remember it. Thursday, September the 25th, several of us, including the mayor and his wife, Councilman Stires and his wife, Councilman Thrift and his wife, and my wife and I, and several other, Deputy City Manager Boland and his wife, several other people, we gathered at Elizabeth's Pizza on Main Street and celebrated Annalisa de Puerto's citizenship. She became a United States citizen. And we got her a flag flown over the Capitol on the day that she got her citizenship. And it was really a nice little ceremony. We were all very pleased to have done that. She was blown away. She had all of her family there, which was kind of nice. But anyway, we did that. I would like to bring that out. It was a nice evening. Vote. The elections, if you don't do early voting, which is going on right now, the general election is September the 4th, which will be
I hope not.
could be November.
Take my signs down. That's the game.
November the 4th, which will be before our next meeting. So I encourage you to vote. The veterans did that for all of us, okay? The veterans gave us the ability to have a democratic government, which includes free elections. And we've got one coming up for the mayor and 4 council seats and 2 school board seats. So I encourage everyone to take advantage of your solemn right to vote. I'll let that stand. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilmember Peyton Williams.
Thank you, Mayor. I sent my activities to Wendy 12 minutes before the meeting, which is a new record for me, and I'm really proud of myself. One day I'll beat Scott, but it was not this month. So
Won't beat me.
Thanks. I beat Neil. I'll take it.
No, you won't beat me.
Oh, yeah, because you're done.
I'm done.
Neil keeps reminding everybody that he's done, like he doesn't want to sit beside me anymore, and it's starting to hurt my feelings.
No, miss that.
We opened the dog park. It looks awesome. Marvin loves it. Marvin is my dog. And please take your dog out there. Go have fun. It's a great spot, and it makes me really excited for the city and how we're continuing to grow. Hannah, congratulations. Your work is only going to become more important, and so I'm really glad that you've decided to take that route and that you are representing Thomasville because it is an asset to all of us. So good job. Doug, welcome back. Happy to see you. And I think that was it. I had please vote, but Neil did a great job. So I'll let that stand as my report.
Thank you. Councilmember Jacquez Johnson.
Thank you so much, Mayor York. I have submitted a copy of my report to our clerk. Probably the last one. It was about 30 minutes before our meeting, so maybe a little bit closer to Peyton. But this has been a very eventful month. Very excited to not only talk about early voting that's going on to November 1st at Townsville Public Library. So please, turnout has been extremely low, and it's really important during the local elections to make sure that we are making a plan to vote and encouraging our family also to get out to vote. But I had the opportunity to also this month participate in a couple of events, the dog park over at Myers Park being the highlight of this month, but also got the chance to participate in Party of the Park that was put on by our police department as well as our Parks and Rec. And that was a really amazing opportunity to come together with our community. They gave away some bikes, some prizes, and want to give a big thanks to our Parks and Rec department as well as our chief. Heard a lot of really great things about that. So always thankful for that. And I will let those stand for my report today. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. My activities for the month, I had several things that we were involved in. I believe we had more ribbon cuttings this last month than we've ever had in a monthly report, so I'm going to tell you where we cut ribbons. The first one was at the Ronald Bratton Community Fun Day, First Missionary Baptist Church on Church Street. They have a event there for the children and the community. Really well attended, and a good work they're doing there at First Missionary Baptist Church. We did a grand opening for Bella Friends Preschool over by the high school on Bulldog Drive. Young lady there that's opened that now, and she's having that preschool opportunity for those there in that area next to the school. We were at Get Up and Glow Spa on Randolph Street. They were dedicating or opening a new area there at their business, so we were privileged to go there and do a ribbon cutting for them. Paw Pal's Place on West Main Street. It's a new store for your dogs, animals. They have all kinds of things there, toys and all kinds of stuff that there for the dog, the canines that you might have. We did sort of a grand opening and ribbon cutting for CIS of Thomasville in their new location at 1 East Main Street, the former location of Recreation Office. And then we wound up, which many have already made mention of this, our new dog park over at Myers Park. So it was opened, and we did a ribbon cutting there. We had our Mayor's Cup Golf Tournament this last month. The proceeds from that tournament went to CIS. And after the ribbon cutting that we did at CIS this month, we presented one of the large checks to the director of CIS, who is Councilman Hunter Thrift, of over $19,500. So I think that will help them a lot in the work that they're doing there. And a really a special event that I did this month, I had prepared a proclamation for Estelle Goodnight. Anybody know Estelle Goodnight? Well, I didn't either until I met her over there, and she's a very nice lady and very alert and all. And the reason I'm saying it that way, she turned 100 years old. And we met at Rosa Mays, had lunch with her and a group that meets at the Y to do water aerobics, and she's part of that. So that was a real treat for me, and I really enjoyed it very much. So that's some of the activities that I did over the last month. So now we'll go to our management. I'll start with Deputy City Manager Eddie Bowling.
Thank you again, Mr. Mayor. As you can see through this meeting, there's a lot of great things going on in our community. I wanted to take a moment to recognize Neil Grimes for his service to our community as a council member. I know this might be one of his last meetings, and so I'm very thankful to have had the opportunity to work alongside of him. I think being an elected official is a thankless job on most days, and you face a lot of scrutiny on a day-to-day basis, and I'm thankful to have that opportunity to see somebody, of your caliber to continue to work for our community and for the betterment of our community. So thank you for your service to our community. That's my report.
Okay, thank you very much. City Manager Michael Brandt.
Thank you, Mayor. As I mentioned earlier, Eddie Bowling, the deputy, has been managing this month's meetings. This is an intentional effort to create a method of training and succession planning, because whether I get hit by a bus tomorrow or retire in 10 years, someone has to be ready to take my place. What I really appreciate, though, is that it gave me an opportunity to get away, which is something that's important to do, and spend time with my family earlier this month. So I very much appreciate his effort in keeping everything together and keeping it on the road. The other item that I want to remind everyone is that we are starting our loose leaf collection, began this month, and this is an ongoing process. We have 4 trucks. 3 of them are usually on the street on any given day. We have 1 as a backup when necessary. They go around to all the communities picking up leaves. I do ask that the community remember not to put anything in the leaf piles other than leaves. Bricks, stones, sticks, etc., those break the equipment, which then causes us not to be able to pick up your leaves until we can get it fixed. It also is dangerous to our employees, and we want to keep our employees safe and make sure that they get to go home every day to their families. And then last, for the last couple of years, we've been doing a Halloween event for the children in our Thomasville Parks and Recreation after-school program. And it's a very fun event that our staff really get behind at City Hall. We have about 40, 50 kids that come from that program. Well, this year, the staff has decided that they want to extend the invitation to all the kids in the community. So on Halloween, October 31st at 4 p.m., we ask that anyone that wants to come trick-or-treating, come to City Hall and include us in your trick-or-treating event. We'll have snacks and candy and picture photo ops, things of that nature. So hope everyone can come out and do this. Thank you. And I'll let that stand as my report.
Thank you. City Attorney, Misty Whitman.
Good evening. Doug, it's great to have you back. I'm glad you're doing well enough to be here with us. And Neil, I will miss you immensely. I've enjoyed working with you both times, and you will be missed. I did want to comment about the fact that it is election season, and so that means my phone rings a lot because people like to call and ask me questions about what information they can have, what information they can't have, and there seems to be a misconception that everything that happens and every piece of information in City Hall is a public record. It is not. So not every piece of information can be given out about everything that happens in City Hall, and that's controlled by public records law, not by us. So I just want to make sure that I say that so people understand it. With that being said, everybody please go out and vote. It is, as you said, something that was fought for us. It is a right that we have. Please exercise your rights. And Steeplegate is also giving out candy on October 31st with king-size candy bars, so please bring all the children over to Steeplegate as well. That's it for us.
Okay, thank you. We're now down to additions and updates. Are there any additions or updates to come before council? If not, we're down to adjournment. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
You may record your vote.
Aye.
Is that a protest vote over there?
6-0. The meeting is adjourned. 45 minutes. That's not bad.
Thanks everybody for coming to the meeting. This is a good crowd.